What's up, guys? I'm at work right now alone, and I just wanted to film a quick little video about something that's near and dear to my heart. And I think it's really going to help out some people out there, especially other guys that are doing construction or some kind of manual labor or maybe athletics. So what I want to talk about in this video is basically the cure for back pain or any kind of muscle ailment, at least the best cure that I've found. Not going to any doctors or chiropractors or anything. And I just kind of want to give you guys a few things that I've been doing that have been working for me and kind of tell you guys my story. So when I was about 15 years old, 9th grade or so, I hurt my back really bad. It was actually the sacroiliac, which is where the spine connects to the hips. I hurt my back really bad, and it was the pain was absolutely excruciating. I remember riding in the car, going to school and stuff, and every little bump in the road literally brought tears to my eyes. It's probably the most pain I've ever felt. It was no joke. And back pain is no joke. So the reason I want to make this video is just to kind of help you guys that are out there doing construction or doing athletics or doing things that kind of take a toll on the body. Or maybe you're sitting in a desk. And I kind of want to give you guys a few keys that I've been using to help me. I've only been to the chiropractor once in my life, and I've been able to kind of use these things I'm about to tell you to avoid going to doctors and avoid doing all that. So these are things that anyone can do. There's no excuses, just a few quick tips. And the first thing I want to explain to you guys is, I'm only speaking from my own experience here. I'm not going to speak about theory. I'm not going to speak about things I've read in books. But from my own experience, the pain comes from muscles that are out of alignment. Your body is basically a machine. Your muscles are a machine that all works together in unison to have pain-free mobility. And so you got to understand that when muscles are out of alignment, they pull the bones and whatnot out of alignment too. And what I've found is, especially if you're a man, most men have really tight hamstrings, most men have really, really tight hips, tight quads, weak core, and just bad posture in general. And so what I want to kind of tell you guys about is one of the more basic movements that everyone should be doing. Let me see if I can get the camera positioned here. I'm actually in a swimming pool right now that I just drained. And the reason I'm filming in this is because it has a nice little slope that I can set my phone in to give you guys a good view of what I want to explain. So I've been developing this posture here, or this position here, for the last few years. When I first started doing this, I wasn't able to get in this position with my heels on the floor. My heels were up off the floor. And so one of the things I would prescribe to anyone who sits in a desk or anyone who's a tradesman, works with their hands, is to start working to be able to get into this position. This is this is the evolutionary or biological or whatever you want to call it, resting spot for the human body. The human body was not designed to sit in chairs all day. It's a bad position for you. It's a position that's not very conducive to health. And so if you can train yourself to get into that position that I just showed you, it's really going to loosen up your hips. It's going to loosen up your lower back. And it's probably going to be painful at first. I know it was painful for me. And it still is kind of painful to this day. But every single day when I get home, I try to get myself to rest in that position for a little while. I try to avoid just going straight to the couch, straight to the chair. And you should try to avoid going straight to the couch, straight to the chair. And when you get home from work, when you get home for a long day, it's important that you dig deep and try to work on active recovery. And what that means is stretch out the tense muscles. If you're in construction like me, your muscles over time are going to get very, very tense because you're using them nonstop. And so you need to do things that relax the muscles. And if you have really bad back pain, I would also suggest sleeping on the floor. That's what I've been doing lately. Humble yourself and sleep on the floor. Just try it. Try sleeping on the floor for 5 nights. I'm not talking like a rock solid tile floor. Maybe sleep on a yoga mat or something. The best thing you can do is sleep on on the floor with ideally a pillow under your knees. And I know it's really hard because a lot of us are side sleepers, but just try your best to sleep on the floor. Maybe take some valerian root, or try to take something that's going to help relax you a little more to be able to sleep on your back. Because that's another thing. The body wasn't designed to sleep in all these soft beds. But we're so conditioned with society and lifestyle and all that pretty much everyone is sleeping in a bed these days. And so, especially for all the men out there, I really think you should work on loosening up your hips, loosening up your hamstrings, strengthening your core, strengthening your glutes. And then really work on getting into that primitive squat position I showed you, because that's a good position that will work on loosening your hips and loosening up a lot of the muscle deficiencies you have. Because pretty much all of us in Western society, Western culture, we're used to sitting in chairs, we're used to sleeping on beds, and so a lot of us have muscular disorders, for lack of better terms. At least I do. And a lot of us don't have the best posture. And one of the things that really got me thinking about this is if you look at third world countries, if you look at a lot of third world countries, they don't sit in chairs a lot. They spend a lot of time in this resting position. You see guys eating in this position, you see guys hanging out in this position. And even though those cultures do a lot more manual labor than we do here in the West, they don't have nearly as much back pain or neuromuscular disorders. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm here at work right now. Let me know what you think in the comments. I really hope this helps someone out there, because this is what I've been doing. Every time I get home, I spend a lot of time stretching out my hamstrings, my quads, and then doing that squat. And another thing you might want to try is yoga. But I know a lot of guys in construction are definitely not going to do yoga, so you don't have to do it. It's just something that might help. But maybe look into some of the yoga poses, because those will help you become more disciplined and really push yourself to get into a more flexible state and get your body to be more flexible and mobile. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Check in again soon. I hope you have a great day. Signing out.